Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am going to make a concoction tonight. I am very curious to see how this one will turn out. I saw it on a YouTube channel. Let me look up the name so I get it right. Okay, the channel is Simply Bakings, one word, and the girl's name is Lainey. And I've only watched a few of her videos, but I love her. And her stuff is like really easy. And then what I like is she'll say at the end if it came out like she expected or not. So I kind of like trust her because she'll say, oh, this is supposed to be a cake, but it turned out more like a pudding or whatever. So I am very anxious to try more of her recipes because I love things that have like 2 or 3 ingredients. And it's just fun. It's like experimenting, and I love that. So I have never made this, and I am quite excited to try it. Hers that she made looked lovely. We'll see how mine turns out. So there's only 2 ingredients to this recipe. First, self-rising flour. I'll show you the little bag that I just picked up at Walmart. Just did a tag along. That will be up shortly, probably before this video. You do not need to use self-rising flour. I'm using it because I want to be able to say it's a 2-ingredient recipe. To make your own self-rising flour, oh, let me see here. If you want to just look it up online, in American measurements, for each cup of flour, you add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And there you go. You've got self-rising flour now. So for this recipe, we need 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. So you're going to take 1.5 cups of flour, dip, level, pour method. You know, you don't pack flour in. If you don't know how to measure flour, I'm sure you can find it online. I just remember dip, level, pour. So if you are using all-purpose flour, you will need to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. And it's 1/4 teaspoon and then a pinch. You need 1/4 of a teaspoon and 1/8 of a teaspoon. So just sprinkle some salt in there and you're good to go. The other ingredient that you need is, drum roll please, 2 cups of melted ice cream. And that's it. She mixes those 2 things together, puts that in a loaf pan and bakes it for 30 minutes, and she has what she is calling bread. It is ice cream bread. And she said that she can taste the ice cream, so it's sweet. It looked awesome. And she made it with, let me see what flavor she used. Okay, it doesn't look like she said what flavor she was using. It almost looks like she used coffee ice cream. I have ice cream in the freezer, so I didn't want to try to buy something else that I thought might be good. I have in the freezer some leftover vanilla and orange sherbet ice cream from when Skylar was here. I'm not going to use that because it has sherbet in it, and I don't know if that would be the creamy enough texture or whatever. I'm sure it would be fine, but I didn't want to use it. I also have some chocolate chip left, and I also have some cherry vanilla. So I'm thinking I'm going to do 1 cup of cherry vanilla and 1 cup of chocolate chip, because there'll be chocolates and cherries, chocolate covered cherries. So I think that'll be good. And I haven't taken it out to let it melt because I never know if I'm going to end up doing something when I think I will do it. So I'm just going to put it in the microwave for a little bit and let it soften up. We're going to give this a try. I have to put the oven on 350. I'm going to preheat the oven. I will take you over to the counter and let's get this bread made. And I will do a taste test. I put 1 cup of cherry vanilla ice cream and 1 cup of chocolate chip ice cream. I don't see any chocolate chips. There's a couple. In this plastic bowl, and I heated it in the microwave for like 2.5 minutes because I just wanted it to melt. And now it's melted. I could have done it for less time. Oh, you know what? Maybe the chocolate chips were melting? I don't know. It's all good. I just didn't leave it sitting out at room temperature. See, you can see some of the chocolate wanted to melt. We've got the ice cream, self-rising flour. If you do not know the difference between self-rising flour and all-purpose flour, self-rising already has the baking powder in it and the salt. So I gave you the measurements before at the beginning of this video. If you only have all-purpose flour, that's fine. You can add the baking powder and some salt, like I said at the beginning of the video. I am a little sad that I lost my chocolate chips. Okay, since I need 1.5 cups of flour, I am just going to go ahead and use 1/2 cup and do it 3 times. Dip, level, pour. Alright, I can't reach in there, so I'm going to get a spoon. I don't know why I'm talking like Inspector Clouseau. I'm trying to make this easy, and so far, it's difficult. Okay, number 2, 3. I can't imagine how this is going to turn into something that can be cut, because to me it looks like it's going to be awful soupy. Let's stir this sucker. I mean, this is like soup. What's the scoop? Yeah, this looks very, very wet. I'm gonna go look at the other video and see how hers looked. Hang on. I'm so undecided. Hers looks a little bit thicker, but I just noticed by leaving mine here, it kind of thickened. I'm just gonna put another sprinkle of flour in there, just a little bit. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. It didn't do anything. A little bit more. Okay, I'm going to get my pan. This is my brand new pan. It is a 4.5 by 8.5. And it was only 88 cents at Walmart. And I will go wash it, taking that paper out of there. The girl I watched used a non-stick pan, and I will link you to her video. But she said if you don't have a non-stick pan, just to unstick a sticky pan. I just greased a pan. Now, let's see. Am I going with the whole thing? I think I am. I'm just putting it all in there. She didn't say what size pan she used. Spread this around a little bit. We'll see how much it rises. Okay, this is going in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to check it in 35. You guys, I am totally impressed with this. I mean, I just didn't think that that would turn into anything. Now, I cooked it only 35 minutes. I did stick a knife in it right here, and it came out. Oh, I was going to say now it has a little bit of goo, but look, that's chocolate chip. Let me wipe that and try that again right here. It's dry other than chocolate chip. So I'm just going to let that sit in there for a little bit and cool, and we will do a taste test. This came out much better than I expected. I mean, it's just nice and golden. I let it sit in the pan for like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I was only concerned, since it's the very first time I made it, I was afraid that it might still be a little bit wet in the middle, but the knife came out clean. It is still warm, but let's cut this sucker. I'm going to go ahead and cut like in half because I want to make sure that the very center is cooked. OMG. What the? I have no clue how this is going to taste, but I'm going to cut a slice. And of course I'm not hungry. Just had a gigantic salad. But you know what? I'm going to be bringing this to the hospital tomorrow so my mother can give it to my sister. She usually visits after, and she takes care of her grandkids, so I'm not going to have to leave this in the house, and it won't go to waste. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so we're just going to cut a slice, and we're going to bring that over to the table, to the desk, I should say. I'll see you there. I'm so excited to try this, even though I'm not at all hungry. It's better that I'm not hungry, because then I'd probably want to polish off half of it. Okay, I just want to show you the texture. Very moist, but very cooked all the way through. Yes, I took my nail polish off. I'm scared. What if it's not good? Okay, I did mix chocolate chip ice cream and cherry vanilla ice cream. You don't have to do that. Here we go. Okay, what does it smell like? It almost smells like a pancake. I don't taste ice cream at all. I almost think that could have cooked the other 5 minutes. I would do 40 if I were you. Very doughy, but how can it not be doughy? It's made with a ton of ice cream. I mean, it's got to be moist. What does this remind me of? It just kind of reminds me of a pancake. I wanted to be way more excited about this. I don't taste ice cream at all. I think it's probably because both my ice cream had a vanilla base. Cherry vanilla, and the chocolate chip is vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips. I think a more powerful ice cream might work better. I don't know. It's certainly good. It is certainly good. And it's very moist. And this would be great with a little bit of frosting, a little bit of glaze, even some butter. I'm not even hungry. I'm going to talk with my mouth full because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure out, there's something that I feel like it's exactly like, and I just can't pinpoint it. So the closest I can say is like the flavor of a pancake, but not the texture of a pancake. This is like the texture of a nice, very, very moist dessert bread or sweet bread. So you know what? You guys are gonna have to try it. That's all there is to it. You know, I think if you go with any vanilla-based ice cream, you're going to come out with just a sweet, almost pancake-like tasting bread. I would be interested in trying flavors like strawberry or even butter pecan or even chocolate or any of those mixed up ones like Snickers. See, if I didn't have ice cream already in the house, I was going to buy one of those kind like Rocky Road or something that had a lot of stuff in it. I would definitely let it sit at room temperature to get soft, or just microwave it a tiny little bit to help soften it. Don't melt your ingredients in the ice cream. I wanted to be doing, you know, backflips, like I would ever be able to do a backflip. I wanted to be doing backflips over this, and I'm not. So I'm just getting additional calories and no backflip excitement. But it is good, and it certainly is a unique recipe. Ice cream and flour. So please try it. Let me know what flavors you choose. Obviously, if you do a video on this, let me know. Link to my video in your description box, and I will promote your video for you. Any cooking video that I make or that anybody in the peanut gallery makes, if you copy it, you give them credit, let me know, and I will promote your video. Easy as that. I guess I'm gonna just force myself to eat this last morsel. Something like blueberry ice cream. Oh, you know what? This is getting better as it's cooling. It was still kind of warm in the center there. As that slice was cooling off, it's a little bit more flavorful. But I would definitely try, you know, things like strawberry ice cream and maybe with some added strawberries, or like I said, blueberry ice cream, or just something rich and sweet. Have fun with it. I hope you give it a try and let me know. I'm actually very impressed though with how the actual bread turned out. That part is excellent. And I do think with just a little bit of a more flavorful ice cream, we got a winner. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.